WLNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News at 11.
A former employee at Michigan State University who was fired in January says she's suing, claiming she was retaliated against for filing mandatory reports on allegations of sexual harassment. It's our top story at 11. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jorma Duran. Allison Goudreau, a former assistant vice president of engagement for MSU's University Advancement, filed a notice of intent on Monday to sue the university. In the filing, she said Vice President Kim Tobin fired her soon after Tobin expressed concerns that the sexual harassment reports Goudreau was filing to MSU's Office of Institutional Equity, quote, reflected poorly on her. The intent to sue notice is asking for about $122,000 in annual economic losses, as well as an amount of money for non-economic losses, including emotional distress and punitive damages. Be sure to stay with 6 News on air, online, and through our 6 News app as we continue to follow this developing story. Elected leaders across California remain concerned about the presence of National Guard troops on Los Angeles streets they say is not needed. Leaders elsewhere in the nation are also speaking out, arguing what is happening in Los Angeles is likely to happen in other U.S. cities. Daniel Backus is here for you now with that story.
As Los Angeles entered its 6th consecutive day of protests, California leaders spoke out against the Trump administration's decision to send federal troops to the city, arguing the 4,000 National Guardsmen are a hindrance, not a help.
And when you start deploying federalized troops on the heels of these raids, it is a drastic and chaotic escalation and completely unnecessary.
About 700 Marines are still undergoing civil disturbance training in Orange County, California. Major General Scott Sherman is leading the deployment.
So strictly for the protection of the federal personnel and the protection of the federal building, they're allowed to temporarily detain and wait for law enforcement to come and arrest them.
A federal judge is set to hold a hearing Thursday over California's request to block the Trump administration from using federal troops in Los Angeles. President Trump, at an event at the Kennedy Center Wednesday evening, continued to maintain federal troops were necessary.
If I wasn't there, if I didn't act quickly on that, Los Angeles would be burning to the ground.
Leaders of other cities are watching the developments in Los Angeles closely, including former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, who says the Trump administration is abusing power.
It is federal government out of control. It is authoritarianism in a way we have never seen it before. And he did it in LA, and he's going to do it in New York, and he's going to do it in cities all across the nation.
More protests opposing immigration raids continue to pop up around the nation, including in St. Louis and Chicago. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
In Detroit, the People's Assembly held a demonstration this morning with signs, chants, and conversations. Its leaders say they're here to support undocumented immigrants with a broader message of abolishing ICE.
We don't feel like ICE is necessary right now. I personally don't feel like police are necessary either. I think that we need to be funding communities and resourcing communities rather than penalizing people.
The demonstration was brought to light by the threat of deportation to Colombia of Michael Begoya Duarte, a senior at Western International High School who was on his way to a field trip with 3 classmates when he was pulled over by Rockwood police. According to the student's attorney, the officer had trouble communicating with him in English, and instead of using an interpretation resource, that local officer called the Border Patrol. Police found the driver had no license, only a City of Detroit ID, and the 18-year-old was then taken to Chippewa County Correctional Facility in the Upper Peninsula. Now he's currently being detained in Louisiana. Also in Detroit, a 3rd Chinese national is accused of smuggling biological materials into the U.S. for work at a University of Michigan laboratory. The suspect is charged with smuggling goods into the U.S. and making false statements. According to a criminal complaint, in 2024 and 2025, the Chinese national sent 4 packages to the U.S. from China containing concealed biological material. The packages were addressed to persons associated with a University of Michigan laboratory. Then on June 8th, she was stopped by U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers at Detroit Metropolitan Airport after arriving on a J-1 visa. While being interviewed by the FBI, agents say she admitted to sending the packages, saying the packages contained biological material related to roundworms. She also admitted to lying to officers during her inspection. Crime Stoppers works because of your tips, and this week local authorities want your help finding 2 wanted fugitives. Take a look and see if you can help. Our first wanted person is 32-year-old Gregory Formosa Rybanen. He is 6 foot 2 inches tall, weighs 185 pounds, and has brown hair and blue eyes. Mr. Rybanen has a criminal bench warrant for contempt of court out of Ingham County. Next up is 33-year-old Brianna Jace Shade. She is 5 foot 3 inches tall, weighs 120 pounds, with black hair and brown eyes. Miss Shade has a warrant for conspiracy to commit witness intimidation out of Lansing. If you know anything that could help law enforcement with any of these cases, you can call Crime Stoppers at 517-483-STOP. Your information could make you eligible for a cash reward of up to $1,000. And remember, you can remain anonymous. 2 people have now been arrested in connection with Sunday's deadly shooting of 58-year-old Marvin High in Lansing. 34-year-old Ross Coates from Eaton Rapids and 32-year-old Nicole Bowers from Lansing are facing multiple charges, including open murder, carrying a concealed weapon, carrying a weapon with unlawful intent, and felony firearms charges. They were arraigned today in 54A District Court. The shooting took place on Sunday evening in the 3300 block of Barterville Street. Police say the victim was shot several times and died at the hospital. The suspects are expected back in court on June 26th.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Overall, it's been a fairly nice week out there. Good time to spend some time outdoors and enjoy shots like this. Did you catch the strawberry moon earlier this week? Ashley did out of Jackson, and boy, is that a spectacular shot. Absolutely beautiful. And without any rain or clouds around, easy to see all across mid-Michigan. Speaking of rain, our rainfall forecast shows a ½ inch or more over the next 5 days. It's not all going to come at once, though, so no flooding worries out there. The day-by-day look, slight chance of a shower on Thursday. Friday, a slightly better chance of some scattered showers and storms in the afternoon. Saturday is probably our wettest of the days, with a good chance of rain showers basically at any point through the day. Things dry out for Father's Day on Sunday, but the clouds may not be too quick to depart. Our high temperature trend, at least that looks good. We're in the lower 80s as we head into Thursday. Friday and Saturday cooler. In fact, Saturday our coolest day at 74. By Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we're back in the 80s, and humidity will be increasing, so it is going to feel like summer across mid-Michigan. Today's winds were pretty impressive as well. 41 miles per hour for Lansing, 33 in Alma, 30 miles per hour in Jackson. So we look at the severe weather outlook. No threat of severe storms here, not too far to our west for Wednesday. Thursday, the severe chances are even less across the nation, just a level 1 risk well to our west. The light shading of green means there could be a little thunder out there, but the chances overall are very low of anything severe. Severe threat ramps up well to our west on Friday, but still relatively quiet here. So despite the chance we've got a chance for thunderstorms, the odds that any of those become strong to severe are very, very low. Precision cast through the overnight hours, our stationary front just kind of waffles back and forth north and south, and along that boundary there's going to be a chance for a few showers, and certainly through tomorrow afternoon there could be 1 or 2 pop-up showers in the area. Moving into Friday, that little frontal boundary begins to drift back towards the north. We may get a little more sunshine, but that also means there's going to be a little more instability, and that's probably enough to spark 1 or 2 showers or thunderstorms. But the best chance for rain will be along this front across northern sections of lower Michigan. Forecast-wise for tonight, expect a low temperature only down to 60, so a little bit above average, kind of a mild night. Partly cloudy skies will give way to mostly cloudy skies by tomorrow morning. For tomorrow's forecast, mostly cloudy skies on the way. Chance for an isolated shower or 2 tomorrow afternoon, with high temperatures topping out very close to 80 degrees. The 6-day forecast for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, each day there's a chance of rain, but the highest chance is going to be on Saturday with 74 degrees. Father's Day, mostly cloudy, highs near 77. We might become partly cloudy in the afternoon. Monday, partly cloudy skies, then the clouds increase with a chance for a few morning showers on Tuesday. followed by more sunshine Wednesday, and then a few more showers and storms Thursday and Friday. Next weekend is looking dry with high temperatures both days in the upper 70s and perhaps lower 80s.
All righty, thank you very much. Coming up on 6 News at 11, final preparations are underway for both a military parade and protests in D.C. on Saturday. So stay tuned. 6 News at 11. We'll be right back.